Hi guys, and welcome back to RareRoo Crafts. I'm Sarah and I'm coming on today to share with you the rest of my ATC cards that I made. So if you watched my Smash That Small Paper Pad, the other one, Sticky Side of Crafting, collaboration on Friday, you will have seen that I got started making some mixed media ATCs using these light bulb stickers that I'd got in my stash. And I prepared quite a few backgrounds, but time was against me and I ran out of time and I only actually managed to finish this one. But I said I would carry on after filming and I would come back and show you what I'd created. So that's what I'm going to do. So this was the first one that I did, which obviously, if you saw the other video, you'll already have seen. So it's got some embossing in the background that I used an embossing folder for. I've used a scrap of vintage paper that says South Dakota on it up at the top there, some corrugated cardboard, and then I've done some colour washes over the top. I used watercolours for all of the colouring on today's cards. I did use some Inktense pencils as well on some of them to bring out some of the texture a little bit. And then obviously I've popped on one of these lovely light bulb stickers and then the Tim Holtz sticker that says Dwell in Possibility. And I've backed it all on black because I just thought the black really makes the mixed media pop and it ties in this lovely sentiment sticker. Then I've done a blue one as well, which is In My Heart. So in the background we have got some stamping of some music notes. I've got some pages from a Ready Reckoner, which was used in the 70s when we changed to today's currency, today's decimalisation. They used the Ready Reckoners to sort of help them make that conversion. And I've got one in my stash, so I've used bits of that in amongst there. The actual texture in the background was just made using the cut-offs of the watercolour paper that I used to actually make all the ATCs. I just layered it in strips in the background there, chucked a bit of handmade texture paste with some of the micro beads in it, which you can really see. I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice, but you can see all down the bottom here, all this sort of texture that's created by putting the micro beads into the texture paste. I've put a little bit of greenery just from my stash, just stuff that I've cut using dies, and then it's got these beautiful cogs, and I love cogs. I love that sort of steampunky mixed media-y type feel to it, and I've done a video when I was making my cogs this time. I did a video to show how I make them because I've got these ones which are embossed, like heat embossed, and just some stamps and things used for those. But then I've also got some that I painted, and I used a handmade gesso to give texture and stuff. So I have done a video, so if anybody's interested in how I make these cogs, that video will be going up tomorrow. I've obviously then popped another one of the light bulb stickers just in the background there, and I liked the greeny blue tinge to this one. I thought it went really nicely with the paint colour. Again, one of the Tim Holtz sentiments and some little gems just at the top there, and again it's backed on black. And it's pretty much the theme as we go through. Every single one is different, so there's not any that are the same. On these light bulbs, because I found that they were disappearing into the background a bit, they've got the right colours, but they were just disappearing into the background. So what I did was I layered them on some book text. So that one was actually from a vintage diary. So it was all the things that the lady might do. It was from, I can't remember her name. I've got quite a few of her diaries. I bought them from a flea market, and they're all from the 50s and 60s. Yeah, and it was, you know, these are all the bills that she had to pay, or the things that she had to do in her, sort of printed in the diary. And then this one is from a foreign book. I think it's German, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I love the text in that book. Again, it's a vintage book. And I've just layered the light bulb stickers on and cut them out so that you've got the text showing through the light bulb. Again, I've cut some greenery and put that in the background, and again some more of these cogs. The big one here is actually one of the painted ones, and then again we've got some heat embossed ones, and then we've got a limited edition, which I just love. I love the colours in this one. This is one of my favourite ones. And again we've got some various sort of papers. There's a bit of a sewing pattern in the background there, a bit of stamping, and some more gems. We've got another one which is in a similar sort of colour scheme. It's the oranges and the rusts again, and I just thought this went so well with these cogs. So the cog down the bottom there, I've painted it to look like it's all rusty, and see if we can get the camera to pick that up a bit. So that looks like a real rusty old cog, and then I've done one that looks like it's been verdigreed as well. Yeah, love those. And then again, we've got another one of the light bulbs. Again, it was disappearing a little bit, so I've put some music paper behind that one and cut that one out. And I've got some greenery. We've got some map background in the back of here. My friend would love this one because it's actually a vintage Glasgow street map. And then we've got the background, the texture on this was actually the cardstock that I used to cut the cogs out. So it's like cereal box, and I've die cut the cogs. And the scraps that were left I've used to make the texture in the background. And again, I've just used a palette knife to scrape a little bit of texture paste here and there to add texture to it. Then we've got this purple one. Now most people will know that purple's not my favourite colour, but I did try to sort of go with most of the colours that were in the watercolour palette, to be honest. And I actually really like this one. I have used some, I used Inktense on this one, and I've used it again on this one, just to help bring out some of that texture and help some of these layers stand up a little bit. And I really love this one. This has got the same background as that one. So they both started out as the leftovers from the die cut cogs. And I love the fact that they're the same, or very similar, but they're different at the same time. And I really love that. And I love the fact that you can take exactly the same products and produce so many different looks. And I just love the little bits of stamping and the bits of paper that they're there. You can just sort of see them, but at the same time, you've got to really look for it. And that means that every time you look at them, you see something a little bit different. So there was that one. Then we did this one, which I love, with all of the 3 light bulbs. This is, quite an intense one with your 3 beautiful light bulbs there. Some little handmade flowers down in the corner. Again, some of the cogs. The texture on this one is amazing. And this is one that I've used a stencil and some texture paste in the background there. And again, I've used some Inktense just around some of the edges and then sort of pulled it out with some water just to make that texture really, really pop. And then I've got some scraped texture around the edges. I've got some of that ledger paper just scrapped in the background there. A little bit of stamping here and there, and the little gems. I love it. Really, really love it. Bring them so that they're all in shot. I got this beautiful pink one, which I really, really think is cute. So come what may, again, this has got some texture paste that I stenciled into the background, some of the handmade cogs, some little gems, just a little bit of greenery, and that lovely elongated pink light bulb sticker. And you can see all the text from the bits of antique vintage paper that I've put in, and the stamping that's in the background there, and the little rhinestones. And then finally, I did this one in greens, which again, I really love this one. So this one has got the corrugated cardboard. There is some texture in the background there from, it was run through an embossing folder, but you can't really see that anymore, but that's okay, I know it's there. I've inked all around the edges on all of the cards to sort of frame the ATC card. There's texture paste again all in the background there, and you don't see quite so much of the background on this one, but I love it still. I love the corrugated effect down the side there, and I just used the sleeve from a hot drinks cup that I bought when I'd been to Starbucks or Cafe Nero or somewhere. They give you these the holders that go on the cups to stop them being so hot, and the inside of it's corrugated. So I've just ripped a layer of it off, so it's still nice and thin on the ATC card, but it gives this lovely texture to the card. I've then put one of the big verdigreed cogs in the background there, which I just thought really went well with that colour scheme. And again, I've taken some of the light bulb stickers and I've put some paper behind. So this one, I've put some of that German text, and this one's just got a vintage bit of text from the paper that the South Dakota bit came from. It was some bits that I'd got in Happy Mail. They were very, very fragile, but perfect for this sort of thing because they're stuck to the back of the sticker. So, or they're stuck down on the card, which, they won't flake now because they are quite brittle, so it doesn't take much to tear them. because they're quite vintage, you know, but I love them. And then we've got all this greenery that, again, it was just the bits that I'd got left over from other projects, and I've just popped them in the background there. This light bulb was one of the, I only used one of these ones, but it's the light bulbs that have got, they look like terrariums. And I just thought it went quite nicely with the green and the greenery in the background. So I've popped those in, another couple of the handmade cogs and another one of the Tim Holt stickers. And that made my collection of 8 ATC cards, all using the light bulb stickers for the stickier side of crafting, but also all satisfying my desire to do mixed media art at the moment. I'm really loving mixed media at the moment. It is one of my favourite things to do. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at what I've created. Like I say, on the Sticky Side Crafting video that came out on Friday, I've actually showed the whole process of putting the backgrounds together for all of them, but also actually completely finishing that card. So if you want to see how I did that mixed media, I also did a live, which will be in my lives on Monday, which showed 2 mixed media cards. So we've got that one with the lovely greens, a lot of sort of mint greens, and then we've got this one with the pinks. I have added the butterfly since I did the live to this one because it just needed a bit of a focal point. So they are, again, from start to finish on the live video. I'm not sure what the quality of the live video is like, to be fair. I was having a few internet issues on that day, but it might be worth checking out if you're wanting to see how I do my mixed media. And like I say, there will be a video coming up tomorrow which shows how I make my my cogs out of die cuts. So I hope you've enjoyed a look. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much to everybody that is subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And feel free to leave in the comments section which of these cards is your favourite, and if there's anything else that you'd like to see me do. So that's it from me for now. I hope to see you all again very soon in another crafty video. Bye for now.